And welcome back to the One Take Livecast. It's been a while since the first episode we did back in December, but here we are now. Of course, I'm your host, Jax. Nice to meet you all. And tonight we're going to be interviewing Duffy. Duffy is a resident DJ at Fuel Rock Club. The club is based in Cardiff in South Wales. And we're going to be talking to him about DJing, music, everything. I mean, he's a swell guy, and here he is right now. And just wait for it. Here he is. Good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. I can hear you.
Oh,
I can hear
hello.
you. Hang on. Hello. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I just had to fix the headphone settings. That's all. But yeah. So I hope people heard me. But in case anyone didn't, hello. Welcome to the One Take Live livecast, and I am joined here by Duffy, DJ, costumer, madman extraordinaire. So, welcome to the show. First of all, how are you doing?
Doing well, Jax. Yeah, good to see you. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? But it's always a pleasure to see you, mate.
I know I haven't seen you since December.
December, yes. So happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah,
But everything okay? You and the family doing well? All good?
yeah, we're doing all right. Yeah, nice. I say quite quiet Saturday night in this week. We got the pizzas ready to go in the ovens after this. So yeah, that's
Well,
about.
after the New Year, not for long.
Sorry.
Not for long
Afternoons,
after the
yeah,
New Year. You get to
yeah,
do
yeah,
your news again.
yeah. Maybe 2 weeks if all goes well. So yeah, we'll sort of see how it progresses. So cheers.
Yeah. So, for our viewers out there, Duffy, tell us what you do.
In general, so yeah,
Your passion.
for people, I suppose people don't know me. Purpose of this podcast, I'm DJ at Fuel Rock Club. I think as Jax has alluded to there, I kind of jump around quite a bit. Probably a few costume changes, and yeah, I've been doing that for quite a few years now. Alongside, let's see, John's just joined us as well. The other DJ at Fuel. Hi John, and anyone else is here. Simon. But yeah. So yeah.
So, what got you into DJing in the first place?
I suppose the fact that I can't actually play an instrument. So the option of being in a band, as I tried my hand at that, but I couldn't necessarily play guitar. I had a guitar, I say rhythm guitar. I had no sense of rhythm. I think the best gigs went down when my guitar was actually probably unplugged from the leads. So yeah, I got a love of music. And just thought we'd just give pestered Robert Fuel see if there's any DJ slots going. Yeah, you was kind enough to give me an opportunity, and yeah, I've been doing it for the last few years now. And that's how.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, because you don't just stand there, play music, and go whoop whoop and everything. You really, watching you really are very energetically invested into it. Like you're. It's like we're down there and you're up there, but we're doing the exactly same thing. We're enjoying the music, we're enjoying the atmosphere, but we're really going for it as well. And you have this synergy, observing you, and it's really good. Other DJs as well that have been at a few other places, but like the costumes. Where did that idea just come from, and what sort of gave you that niche to go with that DJing?
Where does that all come from? I, I suppose I could probably take it back to the beginning and saw that maybe it's probably about 5 years ago now. It was probably about 5 years ago to the day. It was definitely in January sometime. It was a quiet night, and I think one of the bands had finished. There's a floor tom out there, and you saw people just smashing the floor tom. So I think that's where the drum bit started, and then it got me thinking. Then what else could I do to add to it? And yeah, sort of saw a few things online, like I think the first one I got was the Slipknot boiler suit, replica boiler suit. So I sort of saw that one online and thought, give it a go, see what happens. Yeah, so Saturday nights, and yeah, from there, I guess it just kind of progressed a little bit.
Yeah, because you have done
new ideas.
Yeah, because you've done some quite characters, of course, Slipknot being mentioned. You've also done, of course, Papa Emeritus from Ghost, of course. And, as a Ghost fan, it's nice to see that as well. You've also done, obviously, Iron Maiden, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie? Yes, you've done Eddie, and you've also done, you donned the Village People gear for Rob Halford for Judas Priest. I love that.
Yeah. I need to get a little tricycle to dress it, like pimp it up as a Harley or something like that.
Yeah, or just get some like kids bike bars and then pimp it out, or but keep the little bell on, and then every time you're playing Living After Midnight, you can go ding ding after midnight.
There you go. Add an extra instrument into it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're really good costumes. Unless you don't want to spoil anything, what's the new ideas you've got for costumes, or is that a wait and see?
I think it's a wait and see, because I haven't got anything lined up yet at the moment. So, as say the Papa Emeritus one was the most recent one that kind of came in since lockdown, so to speak. So, yeah, but yeah, there's so many different options.
How big is the case?
How big is it? It is. It's probably bigger than the suitcase I'll probably take on a 3-week holiday to California. So yeah, there's a fair bit in there.
Yeah. Obviously, as a DJ, you deal with heckles and heckles of requests, and obviously you can't play them all, and it's like, oh, can you play this one? Oh, can you play that one? And obviously when you play your music, it's set to a certain genre or theme for it, and then you change the genre, so then possibly all requests. But you must get some ridiculous requests. Can you remember any ridiculous ones you've got, even if they weren't metal or rock?
I think the one always stands out is someone thought it would be a really good idea to play U2 with or without you. I just at any point, whether you like that song or not, I think in a club environment is certainly not going to lift the spirits of anyone, or as Johnny said, Mr. Brightside.
No. But I'm not thinking.
There's that one there, but yeah, I think I think probably with or without you is probably the one that sticks out. Thinking, nah.
No. Obviously, you like a lot of bands and music as well. So, with your favorite band, what is your favorite band to play on your DJ set, and favorite song to play of them that really makes you go for it?
That's a good question. I think one. I'm not don't usually listen to them too much at home, but I think in a club environment, for whatever reason, break stuff. Limp Bizkit is one that generally, yeah, I don't know why, just kind of just
And you put on your baseball cap for that.
Yeah, whether you say people, I suppose the band people love to hate and have done for the last 20
like
years,
them.
but I think really deep down, I think people still got a soft spot for them. But it's yeah, yeah, and then possibly something like just maybe Master of Puppets as well. You just hear that bum 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 bum, and then
It's a classic, you know. It's
it
a
is,
classic.
but it's a long time and a lot of stamina for 8 minutes of.
And neck ache.
Obviously, you got that little bit in the middle is quite.
Yeah, and a lot of neck ache.
Yes, a lot of pain the next day.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have to take paracetamol now after I've been headbanging at Fuel or at a gig, and I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling that.
It takes me a week to recover now.
Yeah, we're not spring chickens anymore.
Oh no, tell me about it.
Yeah, but also, other than Fuel Rock Club, you've also done some DJing at the Steelhouse Festival as well. That is correct?
Yeah. So done a couple of times there. They're always good fun. So we've seen you up there plenty of times, but yeah, do it in the rain, and I don't think I've ever seen the sun up on the mountain in Steelhouse. But yeah, I mean that's always a good laugh, good times doing that. Great to see people. Sometimes you don't see people at the festivals for a year, so it's always nice to catch up with people there. Again, sometimes it's a bit of a different set to what I usually do. Fuel, it's more, I suppose, along that classic rock side of it. Yeah, it's always good fun, and I mean, looking at this year's lineup as well, that looks pretty sweet. I mean, whether I'm there, well, I'll definitely would be there in attendance is Orange Goblin, Diamond Head, Heat, Black Spiders, Green Lung. Yeah, look forward to all of that.
I love Orange Goblin. But yeah, obviously I was going to ask, which you explained now, obviously the differences of playing one in a nightclub and in a festival. Obviously a festival is wetter and thing as everything, but can talk about, like, is it still a fun experience but a different experience?
At a festival, or
Yeah, playing at a festival to playing at a club.
Definitely, yeah. I suppose it's a festival's generally a 3-day party for everyone, and everyone's there for, I suppose, exactly the same thing. And if you're willing to make it past the bands and stick around for an hour or two for a beer after, it's always great. And obviously everyone there is just there, just having a good time, catching up with people. So yeah, it's obviously it can be a bigger crowd as well. But yeah, it's all good fun.
That's pretty good. And so you said you've been doing for a few years. How's that long been now? About more or less than 10 years now?
It's probably been more. Obviously, the last 2 years have been stop-start, but yeah, probably. I say at least 10 years. Yeah. No, so.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Obviously, I believe that's. Did I meet you while DJing, or
you had longer
songs, or yeah?
You had much longer hair, so yes, it was a long time.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, it's well done for doing that, and now you're kind of recognised as one of Fuel's, like, oh, you're Duffy from Fuel, you're Duff Man and everything. Also, I like to clarify out there, Duffy is actually his last name. It's not a nickname, Duffy Duff Man. That is your literal last name as well. How many people think it's a nickname?
Some people probably think it's my first name, but yeah, obviously, I guess, yeah, people ask what my name is, and I say Duffy. I think that's what most people refer to me anyway, whether it's there or not there.
I know, but they go, oh, what's your name? Duffy. And it goes, no, what's your name? And it's like, Duffy.
It is easier, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, you are one of the DJs at Fuel, and obviously you guys swap around and things. Sometimes you do Friday nights, and sometimes you do Saturday nights. But also, you used to hold a special night on Bank Holiday Sundays. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Was it called Break Stuff, or did it have a different name?
What's my age again?
Oh, what's my age again? And
I think same word.
what's my age again? And I just thought, want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I think I just started doing it on a bank holiday, just as something different. Obviously, it feels generally open Fridays and Saturdays. It generally alternate between myself and John. So it works out quite well for both of us. As say, we just message each other, which nights are you available, which nights you aren't, and yeah. But yeah, they're engaging on the bank holidays. Obviously not for the last last while. I think every time there's a bank holiday, the industry has closed down recently. But yeah. So that was more, I suppose, just say a 90s, early noughties vibe, and just kind of sticking to that genre really. Yeah. You had new metal, pop punk, grunge,
The big jeans and the spiky hair and the basketball jerseys over a band t-shirt and lots of jangly bracelets and
nostalgia. Yeah.
And new baseball caps.
Yeah. I'm sure I still wear some of the t-shirts and hoodies I got back in the day. So.
I will still wear the jeans. I don't wear jeans anymore, but I love those giant, skater jeans and everything. I thought they were a lot of fun. They were. But yeah, I think I went to once or twice to What's My Age Again, and I really enjoyed it, not just, because it was sort of just like the pop punk and the new metal, but it's kind of like, it's sort of like made it's made its path. I mean, because when you have classic rock nights, classic rock is sometimes viewed as like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, AC/DC, and then obviously you've got like your dark metal nights, such as bands like Creator and Dima Bigior and Behemoth and all that, and great bands. But seeing What's My Age Again, I don't think I ever saw that. I don't think Metros even did it, but it was nice to, have stuff like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Blink-182, Bowling for Soup, yada, 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 to hear all that, nostalgic, because obviously people of that generation are heading to a much, different age now, but it's nice to sort of introduce that, even to people that never grew up or wasn't part of that era. They're still listening to good music, which is the end result, isn't it?
It's scary that like 1997 was 25 years ago, and
yeah. I mean, oh god, I know. That's
you look at so some of the albums that come out that year. So you had like Prodigy, Fat the Land, and
Blockbuster,
and I mean they were huge albums for me at the time, and I just don't know where the time has gone. I know. Referred to it relatively new, and
we didn't have kids then.
Century. No.
Our voices weren't this low. But there was good music.
Yeah. I guess it's when you around about, for me, at that age, around about 13, 14, that's where you're discovering your music and your likes and not, and you just find all this fresh stuff. And I think that sticks with you, or most people, for the rest of their lives, don't they? I guess most people, what they listened to back in when they were like 13, 14, 15, and exposed to back then, I guess.
Yeah.
You're always going to have those memories with that music, aren't you? You're always going to remember where you heard this first time and how you heard that. And so I think the way we consumed music back then was a bit different as well. So it wasn't necessarily Spotify. Sometimes it was, I don't know if you remember, possibly going to Virgin and they would have the music stands there.
Man. Yeah, Virgin.
I think Spillers had it.
The CDs, and you would listen to the CDs with your headphones, with the headphones on the wall. And yeah, I remember. I remember the Virgin Megastore in the Capital Shopping Centre, and they did that. Oh wait, no, was it in the Capital Shopping Centre first, or was it down by Queen Street first? Trying to remember.
I think it was in Capitol. I've always remembered it in the Capitol shop by
Yeah,
the bandstand. We got the
yeah, and
bandstand off the Virgin. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think it was a Coal Chamber record, and I'm like, okay, what's this? And I can't remember what song, but it was very. Sorry, and all that, and that
I thought
was
you were breaking
like,
into I'm a cider drinker then. It was a
yeah.
start.
Oh, but you know, that was a good time. I think late 90s and early 2000s is such an underrated era. I mean, there are so many great well, you can say it now, great classics and hits of that era, and hearing them all again at What's My Age Again, which I hope makes a comeback, you know, obviously at Easter time maybe, and it gives you a chance to do your costuming, so you can go from, you know, Slipknot to Fred Durst, or you know, you can put on a, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we'll
Dye
sort of
your
see.
hair green and do those like little skater spikes.
I've still got my Deftones hoodie from 20 odd years ago.
Great.
Probably. um, yeah, that's probably knocking on 25 years, that hoodie as well. I've still got it here and still wear it every now and again. So
Why
yeah,
not?
I haven't got so many baggy jeans, but yeah, no, yeah. John, I've just seen in the comments, John said it was the Capitol, and
Yeah, he's
yeah,
smart.
brain's not as effective as mine.
So you said the Deftones thing. Would you say that was the oldest piece of band clothing you have?
Yeah, there might be a couple of t-shirts still at my parents' house. But yeah, I'd say that was probably the oldest thing I've got, and then yeah, probably after that, then
I want to see that at next What's My Age Again.
okay. I suppose that, yeah, they'll let that, and then the Ozfest 2001 t-shirt to go with it as well.
Did you clean this? Oh, did you clean this thing with Purcell? Oh, Ozfest. Never been to that, but that festival had such a reputation.
Yeah, no, it was I only went. No, I went to two. One in Milton Keynes. That was brilliant. Just one day. I don't know if you've ever been to Milton Keynes Bowl at all.
Supposed to
Yeah.
go for Knotfest. I was trying to go for,
Uh,
you know, in 2020. I was like,
yeah.
Knotfest sound really tempting, so I was trying for that, and then lockdown happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether they'll reschedule that at all. But yeah, I mean that first one was there. You had the two stages next to each other, and they just bounced off each other once one stage finished, the other one started, and it was kind of you got your flat bit down the bottom, and then it kind of goes up, so you're able to sit on the banks and kind of watch the two stages without necessarily moving. So
Yeah. Is
yeah,
that a Misfits hoodie? Is that a Misfits hoodie?
yeah,
Is it just got the one symbol or three? Is that from Boohoo?
it was, yeah. It was on offer, so it was.
I have the same one. I bought it from Boohoo on at Boxing Day. Oh my God! I've got mine right here. I've been wearing it all week in the war, but yeah, I've got the same hoodie.
There you go. We could be twins now, can't we?
Or you're gonna burn it now.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh my God! I was like, yeah, I've got that. Well, finally.
It's really warm, so yeah.
I've literally got two long sleeves on. Obviously, I've got my Fuel Rock Club unreadable shirt on. Do you just love it? Like, so, because obviously you've DJ'd for a lot of once bands have played. So once the bands have finished, you know, obviously DJ'd, and depends on what bands are playing. So do you like sometimes play for the genre, for the audience? So let's say a death metal band was playing in Fuel, and then it's your turn to DJ. Do you like to keep the playlist as variety, or because of the patrons or visitors or whatever you call them, you keep it to that sort of subject to keep them entertained?
Good question. I think it's I try and think. I think it depends on when the gigs generally finish. So, I mean, if for whatever reason they sometimes overrun, and it's looking at, let's say, maybe gone 11, for example. It's then trying to work out, I suppose, who's still there, who's about to try and do the club night. If not, it's try and balance it out. So you say I enjoy all aspects of metal really. So
Yeah.
it's quite handy to say after, like, I'd use Eradication Festival for example. It's quite nice to play some heavier stuff and just try and work it um, into the regular club night, and then try and put in, I suppose, songs that are there. So sometimes I suppose on that, I suppose when you start, probably maybe sort of kick off with something like Cannibal Corpse or something like that. Whereas maybe if there's a pop punk band, you say you might start off with
Rolling for Soup.
um, Bowling for Soup,
And
or
they're all
yeah, or so, something like that, just to see where it is. So see where the water's like, and if everyone goes out, then it's just got to see who's left in the room and go with that.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Obvious. Next question would be some of the bands that have played live. We're very familiar with them. They've released like albums and CDs. So do you try and plug those into your playlist as well? Bands I mentioned, for example, like Incursion or Agrona and all that. Do you always like to give that, or even bands like Democritus? Do you always like to give them a shout out and get their stuff on your playlists, so to introduce to new fans and everything?
Probably, if yeah, occasionally, yeah. Probably. I'll be honest with you, probably not as much as I probably should do. I used to do probably a bit more a few years back. Used to do like a fuel band of the week thing. I used to kick off a night with a different artist, and for one reason or another, I can't pinpoint why it kind of dropped off the radar. So maybe that's something to pick back up going forward. But yeah, depending on I suppose depending on the gig, if it does fit in, yeah, probably more generally as yeah, at the start of nights is so sometimes kick off with those bands, yeah.
Because obviously they're the future and everything,
Yeah.
and they'll be, and that they're good. But it's nice that for the experience of for if it's basically it's someone's first time at Fuel. There's a band, there's you, there's a really good bar and atmosphere. What would be your selling point for that?
Oh, in terms of, so bar, me, good atmosphere, selling point to get
Band,
people to come along.
yeah.
I think it's. I think if you feels quite a unique vibe. It is a friendly place to go to. I think you can probably say whether you like the music or not. Just go in there, and even if you go in by yourself, you can have a chat with anyone and sort of make friends. I know a lot of people have done that. I've kind of chatted to
Oh,
a
I
lot
saw it.
of random people that have just gone in there by themselves. I think that's quite a unique selling point. I think
Yeah.
I've probably been biased because I don't generally go to too many other bars. So, but yeah, for me, I think it's quite a friendly place. It's safe
Yeah.
to go, and I think now you've got the outside seats and you can sit out there. You can have a chat without, I suppose, necessarily music blaring. You can go inside. You can have a game of pool. Sit in the front bar. You can come into the back bar. There's a few different options there, and yeah, I'm obviously going to be biased towards it.
Well, it's done a lot for you. It's given you a job. It's given you obviously, because you started there as obviously a customer, a goer,
Mhm.
and everything. But it's really done a lot for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think what Rob and Ange and all they've done to take it from that days back in 2006 in over in Tablet, wasn't it? Over the other side of the river, Tablet, small place, and then over to Pure and make it what it is today.
Yeah, because it's coming up to what is it now? 16 years old now, isn't it?
2006.
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
years. It
Try to do the maths there, but
yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's obviously just started off as a one-off night, and then and progression there, and I think that's great. That's supposed to Rob and Angie, and really, I suppose you're going back to the selling point is the staff that work there as well.
I'm very grateful to the club because it did a lot for me, big wise, you know.
Yeah.
I'm married because of that club.
I do remember, yes.
Yeah. I met my wife there, so.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I remember. I think after my wedding, we went thereafter for like the after party once they all finished the hotel we were in. It was yeah.
No, I obviously I'm biased because I've been there a few times as well. But my favourite part in Fuel is actually one of the most it's actually as much as I love the dance floor on the bar, my favourite part is actually the stairs that lead to the toilet. What I like about it is there's when you walk up, there's like newspaper articles and magazine covers, or as I like to call it, the tapestry, and there's like this Iron Maiden tapestry, and I'm just looking around it and reading all these prints on the articles, and it's, I don't know, it's just something really nice about it. It's like when you've probably go into a museum and you're just looking at a lot of art or sculptures or dinosaurs and you're reading like stuff, but I don't know, it's just there's something that I really like going up those stairs and then just taking a moment, you know, surprisingly for a quiet zone as well, ironic for a loud rock club, and just looking at all this tapestry. Have you ever done that, like taking a moment just to maybe cool off or just to enjoy like a bit of chill and look around this tapestry?
Yeah. Usually sometimes when the gigs go on just for a bad to start, and I just need like 5 minutes just to kind of just chill out. That's where you can kind of find me just kind of sat up there somewhere, just say, and it's. I mean, I remember buying my first Metal Hammer, and then the cover of that. You say it's not my specific one. It's obviously one that's say Rob's probably found online somewhere, and that is there. I think it's the one with Blaze Bayley and Eddie. That was my first Metal Hammer cover. So.
Speaking of Eddie, now obviously you've done like really a lot of good costumes and everything. Would there ever be a time you would just pack completely all different variations of Eddie? Like first you're DJing to like as Killer's Eddie, and then you're probably DJing to like and you dress up as Power Slave Eddie, and then you're Peace of Mind, either Insane Eddie or Trooper Eddie, or like Somewhere in Time Eddie, or you know, have you ever thought of ever doing like many alliterations of that for costuming?
Could be, yeah. I thought about it. I say I've just never. I've just stuck with the Trooper Eddie mask for the time being. But yeah, I guess there's
nice jacket.
Scope for it.
No, it's really nice, and you just go crazy. But I bet now this is probably not the downside, but you're in these costumes, and obviously you're rocking out and everything, but oh man, the sweat, that must be really annoying. Like it's like, oh god, I forgot how hot this was.
I don't know if you noticed, but when I do DJ, I've got sweatbands on to make sure that I make sure no sweat's kind of dripping down my arms onto the keyboard and press things like that. So that's why I got those on. But yeah, it does. But
I thought you just like wearing them.
Equally, I kind of I enjoy that. I just think at the end of a long life, it's not very flattering if I'm kind of the hair's all sweaty and dripping with sweat at the end of the night dancing around. Yeah.
I know, especially when you're in your Slipknot or your Emirates or your thing, and I'm like, oh god, all those masks, he's going to get hot. Because last thing you want you to do is faint and be like, yay, oh.
There is a fan in the green room, to be fair, so it's if I do need to go down, it's there. So and I say I got to probably drink about 2-3 liters of water in that time
That's
as well.
That's always
Yeah.
important.
Oh.
I always take water with me if I'm doing like cosplay or stuff, or dressing up.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
Yeah, see, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the only one that likes a bit of sweat.
okay,
We all do.
it's called a sauna.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, but here's another question. Obviously, there's many bands to love and many things, but if you could only DJ one band with all their albums and songs in Fuel for one night, what would it be?
That's a good question. See, I think it would have to. It'd have to be someone with a quite, I suppose, quite extensive back catalogue, so I couldn't necessarily choose a band that has only done necessarily one album. Do you go with? Oh, that's a really good question. I think possibly. I think maybe possibly Slipknot, Edge Out.
Ooh, that
Maybe some of the
would
other.
be good.
Yeah.
I really thought you were going to say Iron Maiden then.
I saw between Maiden, Metallica, and Slipknot. But
and obviously, Fuel likes Maiden because there's so many like posters, things, and obviously the writing on Fuel is Maiden based. But yeah, good for Slipknot, and you can change into each character every DJ costume. First your clown, then your Mick, then your Corey, then your Sid.
There you go. Just to mix it up, and have a different thing every song.
Yeah, from a bar and a baseball bat.
He'd be busy changing, but it's just in Jem's got. I am the sauna. Yeah. I get do with that right now, being somewhere a bit warmer.
I don't usually read the comments because I'm so busy on the chat and everything. But you know that's pretty funny as well. But yeah, so yeah, Slipknot, really good choice, and obviously they're opening things back up, which is good. So for you, that must be really fulfilling and reliving as well, because this is not just a job for you. This is what you love, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I do. I say I do it for the love of it. I do it to get out. I do it to go and see people. It's a good opportunity to catch up with people. Like we say, usually catch up with you before starting, and other people as well. So yeah, they're probably looking forward to go back, but more for the say for that side as well, and the social aspects, seeing people again. And obviously, it's been a tough time for a lot of people. Obviously, I'm quite fortunate. I've managed to get out and see a few people, but obviously not everyone's in that situation. So I think once things start opening up again, it'd be good for a lot of people. I think the main thing is we'll go back and we're all going to be hopefully safe.
Yeah. Also, obviously you enjoy the DJing experience as well, but is it also fun to watch like someone like John doing the DJing while you're having a good time, having a drink and dancing on the floor yourself? Or does that just make you excited? It's like, oh, let me have a turn, please, please, please.
I quite happy at just dancing away. I say, my bones are not as the muscles are not as what they used to be. So doing 2 nights in a row is quite difficult doing that, and then coming out the following night and having a dance. But it's yeah, I should say quite like it's like going out and having a dance when I do go out. If, yeah, yeah, do enjoy it. So
I don't remember. Don't remember. I don't think it's probably happened or head. But have you ever done swap nights? So basically, you're both playing the same night, but let's have do you, like you've done an hour, and then someone, for example, like John does an hour, and then obviously it swaps over and everything. Have you ever done that, or do you just keep it purely, okay, you have this day, I have this day?
I think it's generally purely this day and that day. John's shift's a bit different. But mine's Monday to Friday, so John might do it might be on Saturday or Sunday, so you can do one day there. So like the other night might not be say for him, he might have to be up early the next morning. So yeah, we just generally just do it one night. I think then that say it's a steel house a bit different. If say you've seen us up there, it's just generally when me and Rob do it, we generally alternate songs. Like he does one, I do the other. So yeah, that's probably the only time that I've done that. So, but again, that's quite good fun because it gives me I think it gives me a break for a song. But obviously, Steelhouse, you got a few beers back there. It just allows me to have a bit of a swig, and then Rob can take a turn and have a drink after that. Then, so
Yeah.
I think we're back just in case we drunk too much throughout the day as well. If we ever do that.
But the good thing about your job is you always have time to go to the toilet, so that helps as well.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever wonder why say sort of put songs like say Master of Puppets, War Pigs, Fear of the Dark on where they're 8 minutes long.
Fear of the Dark, very helpful, very helpful. You could go to the toilet, wash your hands, and brush your teeth all in one in that.
Yeah, the longer ones are quite useful for that.
Yeah. Or like you're doing shots, it's like 1, 2, 3, and I was like, oh, how many of that? Oh no, I've got to get back on the deck.
Shots, no, not for me. 1, 2, 3, floor.
Obviously now DJing is more technical and it's done via computers and playlists, but have you ever missed or ever thought of doing it with LPs and vinyl or CDs and stuff for fun, or do you just like it the way it is?
I think it's progressed, so it's quite easy. It's a lot easier for me now just to search for a song instead of trying to find the CD and spend time trying to load it up, trying to find the track, possibly where exactly does it fit in. So, but for speed, I think the current setup, obviously when I first started it was CD, and you literally lugging around. It's me talking around, lugging around cases. It was cases of CDs back then, not. But yeah, I find it a lot easier now. Say you can just rock up. You can just quickly plug in, say, my hard drive, search for what I want, and off it goes. Sometimes that's got its own issues where you kind of press the wrong deck and it pauses things, and or you put on the wrong song, or it stops unexpectedly, or you get a message coming up, your power is about to die from where you forgot to plug in the cable. Fortunately, I've always kind of just managed to find it just in time before things died out. So my old laptop was before I got my recent one just would kind of be on the verge of dying every time. So
obviously you have contingencies in case the internet is down or whatever, and you've just got it's like, oh, here we go, backup playlist.
Yeah, I don't tend to. For me, I just say I don't tend to connect to the internet just for that reason. I got a hard drive. I've gotten 2 hard drives in case there's a problem with one. I say just trying to eliminate anything going wrong. But yeah, so just seeing in the chat, Gemma's. Oh, thanks. I miss seeing you too, but obviously you're done with people, so
That's fair. Not it's not everyone deals with people, and
no,
suck.
yeah.
They just suck.
I'm sure we'll see you, catch you soon at some point. So.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously, like you explained with the technical bits as well, in DJing, and obviously you got the volume and sounds and everything. How do you like process all that techno stuff and all this? Is like memorizing it in your head, or do you just go with the flow when doing it and you go, okay, or is it really technical in there just to get it right? And I think
I try and make it as simple as I can. It's you got to mix it with the volume. You just turn that up and down, and then just the laptop, the program you use is quite simple. So it means that I'm not having to necessarily worry about things that could potentially go wrong. I think it's for me a simple setup. It just means there's less to go wrong.
That's totally fair. So obviously you've done New Year's Eve, where it goes on till about 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
You're DJing from this to 6 a.m. in the morning. Now, I appreciate the energy, but how? How?
Sugar and caffeine.
Oh.
Sugar, caffeine, and a bit of adrenaline thrown into it as well. But yeah, that's sorry, just being put off by Gemma's comments coming through.
What? Oh. At least you're honest.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I remember 2019 where it was like 8 a.m. or 7, not 8 a.m. God, I mean 7 p.m. to like 6 a.m. in the morning, and I can't remember what time I left. I don't think I lasted till 6 p.m. But man, I was seeing you behind the decks. You were like really going for it and all that and everything. But I was like, oh my God, he's gonna have one hell of a cat nap when he goes home.
Start the new year off sleeping.
Yeah.
in a world of pain and sleeping, but yeah, as I say, I quite enjoyed it. The time flies by. Yeah, I think the challenge is trying to think of. I think I know probably the new year you're on about. I think I did 8 till
2019.
2019, probably that one. And yeah, it might have been 8 till. I don't think it was quite till 6. I think I managed to finish it about 5:30. But yeah, it was trying to keep it. Try and make sure I didn't repeat anything as well. I think that was a bit of a challenge. I think it worked out. So I looked at the following day. I think there was about 140 odd different songs.
You could have played every song off every album in different orders, but man.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good fun.
That's record breaking, maybe, in a way. DJing from this that's possibly a record break, but I don't know.
Oh, I shouldn't be looking at the comments.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Go and enjoy yourself, Gemma.
Oh, this is. I don't usually read cards because I'm so focused on the. But
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Set you off now for the next.
Yeah, I'm trying not to break. No, but no, you've done this a few years, and it's a good thing you're still loving it, because so many people do certain things over years, and it sort of gets, maybe a bit this, a bit that, but you obviously, you still love it, you still do it, and you don't want to quit anytime soon.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is, and the people I see week in week out there, like yourself, and you say there's quite a few people that have been on this chat back and forth, and not only that, it's seeing the guys that work in Fuel as well. They're a great bunch. I mean, they're pretty. They're really fantastic at what they do. I mean, right through from, I suppose, you got the doorman, all the doormen that work there. That is like Dan, Tim, and Luke has been there lately, and the bar staff, and they're all really friendly, super friendly guys, and it's nice just to say go out and just see people. And I think if the atmosphere was a bit different, would I enjoy doing it as much? I can't say that, but I think over the years, they made some great friends.
Yeah, I mean, the staff has changed over the years, but it's been the same atmosphere, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But so to all our viewers out there, obviously they can catch you at Fuel Rock Club. If you guys want to check out Fuel Rock Club, it's in Cardiff City Centre on Womanby Street, but you can also check it out on the social media pages of Instagram and Facebook, and they can sometimes catch you there either on Friday or Saturday nights, but hopefully you bring back your What's My Age again as well. And if you love rock and metal, absolute insanity, and if you just love seeing a guy completely go for it in costume, this is your guy.
Lovely to see you too, Jane, as well. Sorry, just seeing Jane's comment.
Oh, she's legendary.
Cheers, yeah. I did miss it. It was brilliant.
I hope her leg's better.
I don't know. We were out a couple of weeks ago, and Jane was out with us, and it was fantastic to catch up with her.
I want to see her dance again.
Stayed away from the dance floor, which was a good thing.
I want to see her dance again. So
hopefully we will soon. But yeah, I mean, Jane's obviously a perfect example of the kind of people you get there in Fuel. Absolutely bonkers, but fantastic.
That's the good thing about Fuel. It's a mixed variety. Whether you're punk, whether you're goth, whether you're hair metal, death metal, whether you're, anything. If you just want to go and have a good time, and, it's a place for everyone. Misfit, rebel, anyone, it's a place where everyone can just have a drink, listen to some good music, and watch a crazy man in costume on the DJ decks.
Yeah, it sums up there.
But honestly, it's always fun when you're there and, seeing you and friends as well. But definitely one of the biggest contributors and biggest factors of Fuel. And it's been really fun chatting to you tonight.
It's always a pleasure to catch up with you, Jax, and hopefully we'll see you in the next couple of weeks.
Yep, and I will be there headbanging and taking paracetamol in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing. Paracetamol at the ready.
But again, so check out Fuel Rock Club on Facebook and Instagram, and whether it's a Friday or a Saturday, or hopefully, what's my age again? Check out this guy. Until then, thank you for being on the One Take Livecast, and thank you all for watching. So take care, dude.
Cheers, Jax. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye,
See you soon. Until next episode. Take care, guys.